Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today, it's going to be a match between Last and Zero here on Triathlon, and apparently this game is old enough that observers have to float their command center to somewhere else and have their SCVs kill each other so they're not in the way. Top side of Triathlon, we have the Zerg player. It is the purple Zerg player, Zero. And on the right side, it's an orange Terran player. It is Last. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so here Shift Tab gives me yellow versus yellow. Sometimes it's red versus blue, though. And that can be handy. I think the colors are different enough here, they're not as big of a deal. So we'll do orange versus purple here on Triathlon. I don't think I've ever cast a game on this map. Somebody's going to remind me that I have, but Triathlon, I assume, means there's 3 spawning locations with the try. So here's 1, 2, and here's tres spawning locations. Expansions and places. What is this? Neutral Arbiter? What the heck? I can't even... This is a doodad. It's like a neutral creature art... What is it? I like it when I find weird stuff in maps I've never seen before, and then somebody can explain to me what the heck is going on with those. Somebody knows. Somebody in the comments knows. But regardless, this is going to be a Patreon cast posted on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Oh, Hawassin's watching. For the week of, like, I don't know, July the 30th or something around there. So thank you very much. If you are a patron of mine and saw it then, if you saw it a month later, welcome to YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right on into this TVZ. To see replays early on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin, just head over there, sign up for Patreon, just pledge $1 a month to the Patreon page, and that's it. You're done. Hatch first. Hear from Zero. Pretty darn confident this is not a proxy. And he is drone scouting, so I'm approving of that. And Overlord scouting as well. Drone scout went the right way. He doesn't see a barracks, but that's not very much of a cause for concern here. Just, you know, a little bit too early for a barracks to come up. What the heck? Why? Oh, I can select this one. What is it doing? Does it have, like... Is it cloaking stuff? Look, it's cloaking stuff. What does even oh my gosh, he went command center first. Okay. That is a CC first out of Last. That never even crossed my mind as being a potential what the Terran player is doing here. This is why Zero's better at this game than I am, because he was like, yes, you have a very safe expansion you can take. Oh, it's cloaking eggs. So you have to kill the Arbiter and then kill the eggs before you can get big stuff through here. The Observer, or the Overlord, is detecting it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's like the second generation of what to do with lurker eggs in multiplayer games is you cloak them, and then you have to kill the Arbiter, so you can't just use ground units for it. Oh, this is nuts. So look who goes for a quick third base. Zero's like, you know what? If he's going CC first, then absolutely I'm going for a quick third. I will be just fine. Thank you for asking. I'm getting my spawning pool now, but man, this barracks is just now done. There's no way this Marine's getting across the map in time to kill me before I have Lings out. This is amazing. This is so cool. Can the Marine can get back here, right? The Marine is tiny. Through our little invisible egg. Can he not? Can only workers get through there? I forget about the rules sometimes. I feel like only workers can get through there. Look at this micro. He's keeping this dude alive. The Marine is here in case the drone decides to come in range so he can shoot it. Because otherwise he would be shooting it. This is, honestly, this is a fun game already. Dude, weird maps are fun. Oh my gosh, lair. 4-minute lair. Okay, sweet. 4-minute lair coming up here. There's a factory on the way from the Terran player. Nothing much to worry about. The drone does get sniped. Second gas coming up for the Terran player as well. Why? I have weird vibes about this game. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like weirdness is afoot. Just for that quick second gas here for Last. The fact that he's very safe means he can go for some crazy builds just by walling off up here. I called it. Is that a triple starport, dude? This game is off the hook. I am so excited for this game. Hit that like button if you haven't already, because look at this. It's 3 starports. I promise I have not watched this game before. I ain't got time for that. I do not have time to watch games before I cast them. You can tell because I miss drops and stuff. I do my best with that, but is rough. Okay, so yeah, I haven't watched this game before, but just the second guess and the fact that he was very safe indicated to me that something crazy was going to happen here. And it's triple starport. I'm not worried about control towers, so I feel like this is going to be Wraiths. I mean, what else are you going to do with triple starport this fast? It's not like you're pumping out 3 battle cruisers, right? Derp. Or Valkyries, I guess. No, man. It's going to be Wraith. I've died to this build before. I've died to this build before. I was like, alright, Terran player is over here, is doing stuff. I'm keeping him contained. I'm trying to scout, but it's not very easy to do. There's a couple of Marines out. And then suddenly, like, 8 Wraiths showed up, and I was like, ah, yes. Wraiths. Those exist, of course. Nobody ever makes Wraiths in the games that I cast. I get comments all the time from subscribers being like, how come they didn't make Wraiths in this game? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have answers, but look, Lass is doing it. All you Wraith fanatics can finally enjoy Wraiths in this game. From Lass. By the way, the Wraith reveals itself by killing that Overlord, so... did we kill... I guess the Marines killed the Arbiter. Oh, that's what they were shooting at. I heard some shooting. That would make a lot of sense. Lings are slowly, like slowly killing this egg. It has the armor, man. It has like 10 armor, so these Lings are doing 1 damage per hit on it, which... that doesn't count for anything at all. Alright, man. So he knows Wraiths are out. He's making 7 Mutas. Mutas will trade very well versus Wraiths. Assuming the Wraith control isn't perfect, which I don't know, it's last. Maybe his Wraith control is perfect. Who knows? We're not. Yeah, we're good. SCV scouting out, trying to see if there's anything else going on. A 4th base is coming up from 0 because at this point, why not? If you handle the Wraiths, you're good. There's nothing else to worry about right now, and the Wraiths were revealed. Where even are they? Here they are. I don't know about waiting to move them out. It just gives the Zerg player more time to prepare, but dude, he's making more. He is making more Wraiths. 3 of them. He's getting an academy. He's getting an armory. The Mutas are like so. Or this Muta is like so. I heard you like Wraiths. Ow. Alright, so he does scout the triple starport. But by the number of Wraiths that are out, he knows it's triple starport. Zero's not dumb. So creep comes up immediately. Spores on the way, recognizing the massive threat that is happening right now. Spores on the way. Wraith group is 8. Wraith, though, waiting launch order. Indeed. Dude, we're 7 minutes into this thing, and I could not be more pleased about how this is going. Dude, Queen's coming in. Zero's going for Queens for Ensnare. Oh my gosh. This game. I love this game, you guys. I want to marry this game. It's a stupid good game. So he opens the race, got the spores, got some Mutas in the mix here too. Well positioned on the spore colonies. They might actually be able to completely deny this 4th base, like entirely. There's nothing to stop this from happening. There are no spores here at all. So remember how you were so happy you went for a 4th base? I mean, they don't like killing buildings, but they will. You give them enough time. Apparently we're not giving them enough time. The Wraiths do not like the situation they're in. It's mass Muta. And Snare is almost done. Muta's Valkyrie, a single Valkyrie in production, which makes a ton of sense here. The last time I saw something like this, it was, who was it, Flash? Let's say maybe Flash versus Terror on an island map. And Flash went for these flying units because it makes sense to do so. But this is not an island map. You can totally walk across the map and kill your opponent if you want to. See? Low ground, ramp, traditional stuff happening. My gosh, this game is so cool. 0 supply block. I really don't know why the race didn't sit over here and do more damage. I don't know what they were expecting to come kill them. I guess maybe they're worried about the Mutas, but... this is so many Mutalisks. With the Queen for Ensnare. Hey, your turrets are not going to be enough, friends. They're just not. The Wraith... Insanity. Okay. Alright. Wraiths. Mutalisks. Missile turrets getting sniped down. The Valkyrie shows up, gets some real nice splash damage off on everybody. Like, incredible amounts of splash damage off on that from that Valkyrie. She has 0 kills, but she's chasing away this entire group. Oh, that poor Mutalisk got ensnared. Hoisted by his own petard. I guess is what that is. All right, so 3rd base running for last. Very nicely done. Charon booster coming in. What an incredibly stupid non-standard game. I don't know. I just feel like ZBT can get a little bit standard sometimes. And sure, it's incredible to watch, and I still love casting it, but getting something like this is such a treat. It is such a treat. I mean, I'm smiling while I'm casting this. I am not often just constantly smiling while I'm casting. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to get a good analysis, which I should be doing anyway. But I mean, what else was there to talk about, right? There's Valkyries in production. We're going for Goliaths with Charon Booster. There's nothing but Mutalisks and Queens from Zero. It's finally getting metabolic boost at the 10-minute mark. Also, a Hydralisk den is coming in. I do really like the Hydralisk idea. There's only 3 tanks. 4 tanks. And do they even have... They do have Siege because they're sieged. Yeah, I just feel like 20 Hydralisks show up. Oh my gosh, Parasite. Oh my gosh, Parasite. I mean, might as well use the energy. If you got the Queens, might as well toss down Parasite. When have we ever seen Parasite on the channel? This game is getting an epic tag. I don't care if it's a Raffle Stomp by one of the players. It's getting an epic tag solely for the fact that this is weird. Maybe it just gets a weird tag if it's a Raffle Stomp. I do feel like epic should just be about really crazy good endings, really close endings, base races, non-standard stuff, getting close wins. I feel like it needs to be close. If it's a Raffle Stomp, I don't give it the epic tag. Restoration. We're getting restoration. We're getting restoration so we can restore the ensnare off of the units that are ensnared. What did we do to deserve this game? I don't actually know. I've had this replay as part of the last replay pack for years at this point. Never got around to it. I've cast other Last vs. Zero replays that were longer and maybe crazier. It just in a like more action sense, but this is awesome. I am over the moon here. Working on Flyer Carapace, working on Chitinous Plating. Is he moving into like Muta to Ultra, man? Okie doke, Muta to Ultra it is. Look at this. Oh, did they kill the parasited tank? Nope, there it is. Parasited tank. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at this. He leaves the parasited tank alone. That's so funny. Dude, could he really... Oh, there's other stuff that's parasited. I was like, can you really see all of this? Yeah, look at this. He can see everything right now is stuff that Zero can see. This is not Last Vision. This is Zero's vision. You'll notice he can't see over here because he doesn't have a parasited unit. But he's parasiting big ticket stuff. I mean, tanks and Valkyries are stuff that... Oh, he's using Restoration to get rid of the parasite too! Oh my gosh! I'm so happy. This is stuff you guys have bugged me about non-stop. Why don't we see Restoration used? Why don't we see Ensnare? Why don't we see Parasite? We're seeing the things. Also, expanding down the left side, Zero. And expanding down here, and expanding up, I guess that's the natural base. And expanding down here. I mean, if this is just a question of macro, then yes, it 100% comes down to Zero's going to win this game. He's up 139 to 128 total supply. Tanks are really good against eggs because of that armor. Again, big swings. Ooh, 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 ooh. Free Science Vessel last. I don't know if he actually got any hits off on those Valkyries or not. Jeez, there's a lot. There is so much blue, cloudy stuff right now. Guess who just made a whole ton of Ultralisks, though? Zero did, because he's Zero. Hey, buddy. Dem Ultralisks, though, where are they? I've seen them popping. Where are they hiding? They're going into the Nidus? Oh, is he using this for a forward Nidus? That'd be pretty good, actually. He'd have to break through here, and there's tanks supporting. This is such a weird game. Last, slowly, methodically, taking a 4th base. Zero's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases, with a 7th coming up over here, too. Ready for more parasites? Oh! Lost a queen there. Lost another queen there, but the parasites got off on something. It used to show like a green outline if something was parasited. Like their thing would be filled in. Dude, more rest. Oh my gosh, restoration. I'm in awe. The restoration usage by last. He knows. He does know everything here. Some vultures go for a really ill-advised attempt to move across the map and all die. Sure. That was totally a thing. Okay, I know you're making ultras. I just don't know where they are. I feel like the fact these lings are clustered around this nidus means they went through a nidus canal. But to where? Is he hiding? Oh, there's overlords hiding up there. Good place to hide, I guess. Creeps coming up at the 6 o'clock base. These eggs are still getting chomped through. I'm pretty sure that Last doesn't know this is there, or he'd wreck it. Pretty easily could. The mutas really aren't in position to defend against it at all. Where? Okay, 2 more ultras in production. This is driving me crazy. Where are the ultralisks? Oh, here's a couple. Oh, wow. Where do they come from? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where do you come from? Nah, Joe. All right, here comes the engagement. Mutalisk, Ultralisk, Scourge, Zergling. Right on top of your 4th base. Do you have tanks? You certainly do, you rapscallion. Not enough tanks, perhaps. That second line looking pretty scary, though. The Valkyrie just sitting back and pouring fire into the Mutalisks. Dude, I think Lash just held that. That was not a very advised A move out of 0. Wow. Okay. That would, I would say, pretty well for Last. He didn't lose his command center. I don't think he lost many SCVs either. He still has 57. I think he pulled most of them. It's that second line of siege tanks was massive. The siege tanks were ready for those ultras, yo. They were ready. Hey, guess what? There's 7 more in production. This might just turn into 0 bashes his head against Last's defenses, like, impotently. I don't want to see that. But sometimes that's what happens here. Defiler Mound coming in. He's like, all right, maybe Dark Swarm? But as we've seen 100 times on the channel, the way you beat mech, the way you beat this tank Goliath Vulture thing as Zerg is drops. You get dropped for the Overlords. You drop on top of the tanks. You drop on top of everything. You drop in places where the tanks aren't, especially, and then you just kind of whittle the Terran down that way. It's how we've seen Terror do it. It's how we've seen Sicky do it. Even against Protoss, right? In straight-up ground engagements, Zerg kind of sucks, actually. Like, I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just true. They kind of suck at straight-up ground engagements against both Protoss and against Terran. So if you can drop on top of them, you're going to have a better time. I mean, 0 is up 164 to 158 supply. It's not like he got completely wrecked there by losing that attack. He took some stuff, took some damage, took some of last stuff down there too. The mutas at, hey! What did I just say? I just said you need the drops. Yeah, see? You drop on this base. You wipe out a command center that doesn't lift off for some reason. And you shut down some level of income for the Terran player, and then you go home. You know, maybe you don't attack move into the tanks that are responding, though. Like, that's not super recommended, Mr. Ultralisk, but okay, I guess you're ride left, so you don't really have much of a choice other than to hang out. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. I see you. I see you, smallest, little, cutest vulture drop of all time. Gonna unload, and guess what? There's no static defense down here. Thankfully, they wasted a ton of shots on that spore colony and not on these drones, else many more of them would be dead. That said, a bunch of drones are going down. The evacuation has commenced. The Ultralisks live here now. They live in Last's natural base. Dropship. Sayonara. Molto bene. Just somebody said that I have been doing French and Spanish in my casts as of late, but no Italian. So they recommended molto bene as something I can say. I think that just means very good is my guess. Somebody also requested German and Russian, but you know what? Those aren't romance languages. I have no training at all or experience with pronunciation for German or Russian words. I don't think. So maybe we'll add those to the repertoire. But for now, it's going to be romance languages only, and that's why we added Italian. 6 queens in production from 0. Dude, this game. Place your bets, I guess. 19 minutes and 49 seconds. Who's going to win this thing? I feel like last is just he's slowly transitioned into normalcy, right? This is, if we looked at this now, we're like, yeah, this game started totally normally. Look, we got tanks, we got vultures, got Goliaths, a lot of missile turrets up. We're slowly, steadily expanding if we're last, which is awesome. There's nothing crazy here. You don't see any Valkyries, do you? No, because there aren't any. Leave us alone. Just kidding, there's one up here. And the Zerg player as well, at this point, honestly, just moving into more traditional stuff. So, again, really fun. Like, stupid fun. Zero's going for the Mass Queen. Oh. We have seen this work, okay? We have seen this work. It's hard. Zerg players do not pull this off very often against elite Terran players, and last is elite. It's just, no matter how many queens you have, they can only do one spawn broodling at a time before they have to regen their energy. So, it's one queen for every tank. And there are so many tanks. Actually, you know what? So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's 17 tanks. How many queens do we have? 12. They stack more. 13, 14. I don't know. I don't know that they don't have the energy for a spawn. Actually, none of them have the energy for a spawn broodling, so that's a problem. Because Last is moving out right now. Scourge are trying to make connections with these science vessels. We're going for Gamete Meiosis for additional queen energy, but they don't even have the max energy of the 200 that they have now, so that'll be useful, I guess. Plague is coming in. A science vessel does get sniped. That's decent. Out of 0, but suddenly it's very scary. That Ultralisk instantly dies. The tanks want nothing to do with that. Last is, again, just methodically, like serial killer in a horror movie, just slowly, inexorably. Dang, he got some science vessels in there, despite the fact that there are like 8 Goliaths. Nice. Secret Ultralisk unload down here. There are 4 tanks though, so be careful about that. Is that a decoy? That is not a decoy. That is an Ultralisk guy. Oh, the Ultras are stuck. The pathing is bad, but this is pretty good. This is better. The dropping on top of the tanks, like I said, not a bad thing to do. The Ultras are fully upgraded, which is awesome sauce. A couple Goliaths trying to deal with this. No. So this is 2 bases down that Zero's been able to take from last. They aren't his, I mean, that one is his newest base, but this is a newer base here from 0 too, and it's definitely going down now. What a match. This is kind of dumb, honestly. Both players losing bases with to little no defense whatsoever. Dude, these Scourge, though, they want to make sure there are 0 science vessels because... Oh, spawn ruling is now being evolved. Why did I think that was a default upgrade? Or a default spell? I guess... Parasite. Parasite's the default spell. Alright, cool. So you know what? I think he's timing this well. He's going to have 1 available spawn broodling. The tank count is not super massive. Dude, I think 0 might have this game won with queens. The curse was broken. If you're watching this and you're like, the curse, though. The curse was broken. I want to say it was Hero versus Last in one of the more epic finishes of a game I've ever seen. Like, I think I gave that an epic exclamation mark tag. These links just running to their devs. Hi. It was such a stupidly, incredibly good game. Like, mind-blowingly good. So, if you're watching this and you're like, the Queen Curse. No, there is no Queen Curse. It's broken on the channel. It was a lot of games. It was a lot of games before we saw a Zerg player win with queens, but it happened. It's still rare. I still feel like it's rare, but 0 is setting this up kind of insanely good. Oh, Queen group. That's what the irradiates are for. He's trying to spawn ruling on a couple of these whatevers at this point, honestly. Parasite goes down. This group of queens trying to find the tanks. Does take one of those down here. Other tanks coming in. These queens are kind of suiciding, though. Maybe not accomplishing all that they wanted to. I mean, it's not one fell swoop of queens, but it's smaller groups of queens. I don't know. I don't think that was worth, although it is 199 and 154 supply. Vultures cruising across the map trying to see what damage they can do on this other side, and honestly, that's at least 3 dead drones. Defiler energy coming in here now, and no! Don't get frustrated, 0. It's like, well, the tanks, some of them are gone. Here we go. Irradiate on one of the Ultralisks. Dark Swarm coming up. Tank count is still about 5. Several more coming down this way. Friendly Fire Splash is going to be a problem. The Queens are available. Pull back. Pull back. Spawn Broodling, Spawn Broodling, Spawn Broodling. All right, so two tanks down. Queens dying all over the place because they're very flimsy that way. Parasite's getting tossed down with the remaining energy, and this base is alive despite being the target of several attacks from Zero in this game. That said, he's done enough damage with the Queens that it's 173 to 101 supply, and he does get the win. Zero. He doesn't actually wipe out all of last army there, but it's enough. It's enough to crush him. It's enough to recognize he couldn't get enough done on the other side of the map at all. These Sunkens are causing problems for his Vultures. It's way too many bases for the Zerg player for him to even catch up. Losing this base sucked. Losing this base temporarily sucked. And his tank count is just not enough at this point to handle what is coming at him later. So I like it. I love it from Zero. He's got a decent mineral bank here. It was kind of, I mean, it's... I hesitate to call it sloppy Queen play because it's so hard. They're squishy and their acceleration is bad. So like if you're trying to run away from something, it's hard to do so. Like changing direction from a stop and coming up the other way around is difficult. It is very difficult. So he did it though. He lost a ton of Queens. I really wish I could see a list of units lost here and just tell you how many Queens died because I feel like it's about 20. I mean, are there any Queens left over after today's shenanigans? Let's go on a Queen hunt, shall we? No. Oh, hold on. 3. We found 3 Queens. We 3 Queens of Zero are. I think that's it. I honestly think 3 Queens survived the mad dash into enemy territory to try to spawn Broodling tanks. I don't even know what this is. A Defiler, probably? It's a lot of blood. Do Defilers explode like that? Maybe it's flying. It can be hard to tell in Broodor if this is flying or on the ground. Maybe it's a Queen. Oh, look at the legs. I bet this is a Queen that died. Should we find out? Let's find out. We have some time. Ah! Camera brought me back over here. Wow. Jeez. Okay, we did it. Really? We get this final attack? Okay, sounds fair. So yeah, I mean, all these ultras are dead. This is enough tanks with 3-2. Yeah, that's the death animation for a Queen for sure. Queen here, Defiler gets obliterated. That Queen gets exploded in a sheet of blood. This Queen comes back in. This Queen darts back in to try to accomplish something. Ends up dead. This one tries to... Okay, it's this Queen right here. That's it. Queen. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right. Dang, that was so fun. That was fun. I don't want to say Zero was toying around with Last, because Last started it, right? Last made the Wraiths first. Tricky. Tricky stuff, man. But, I mean, just... I guess the Queens are a fairly standard approach. It's fine. So many Queens died today. Like, so many Queens died today, but so many tanks died too. Tank count, again, is just not enough. Income here is not healthy. He's got 45 SCBs to 66. Tons of gas coming in for the Zerg players while he's expanded here. Good. All right, enough rambling. Why am I so rambly at the end of this replay? I was just so happy. I was so happy that it was a weird game. I don't know what else to tell you right now. End of the day, 201,000 points here for Last, 212 for Zero. Last ends up killing 271 units, but 530 were produced by Zero. That is not going to work out for you in the end. And yeah, Zero really wasn't bothered super a lot today. There were no timing pushes other than the Wraiths, which didn't do much. I mean, they were kind of huge in defending against that big muta attack, but the only reason there was a huge muta attack is because there were a bunch of wraiths. So, like, the scale's balanced there, you know? But yeah, I mean, way more gas mined, way more minerals mined, and way more total spent in favor of 0 here. It's just not a foregone conclusion. So, I don't know. I need a tag for, like, non-standard weirdness. If you're watching this, like, let me know. If you're watching this one on Patreon early, give me a comment and tell me what I should call something. Right, what I should call something non-standard. Let me know. Maybe I'll put up a vote on YouTube too. You guys make suggestions and we'll see what people vote on the YouTube community page. Cool. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.